Good evening, 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 and welcome to the Friday Night Game Brigade. This is Blackjack Kent. We got Tacos coming in with a sub for 41 months. I'm going to interrupt your stream with a DM. Okay. Where is this DM? Is it... Oh, there it is. It's in Discord. I see. It's a picture of a baby. I love it. Thank you. Welcome. Hello, writer. Welcome, welcome. We are... welcome, Bree. Welcome, my friends. Thank you for being here. We are resuming our Baldur's Gate 3 shenanigans by entering the Underdark, where we are hoping to discover a path to Moonrise Towers, and from there to learn what the fuck is up with the Cult of the Absolute and why the hell we have a brain worm in our brains. It's very exciting. Hello, Dorian. How you doing? Happy Friday. Welcome, welcome. All right, so last time we went off to the west here and dealt with the spectator situation. We have a number of different directions we can go. This is quite a big map, much bigger than the Crush map. Lurking while I play BG3. Hell yeah. You know what? No better way to spend your time. So yeah, we will go north, I think. We will start out by heading towards the Myconid colony, and then we will make further decisions from there as appropriate. We're also still in Owlbear, so we're just gonna remain in Owlbear for right now because realistically, Jace does better at combat as an owlbear than she does as a normal druid. So this was a Selûnite compound at one point, and was overrun by the dark Sharan forces of Ketheric Thorm at some point in the indeterminate past.
Here we go.
About 100 years ago. It always felt vainglorious to think my deeds worthy of a personal journal, but as I watched the drow mass outside our gate... Oh, not even Ketheric Thorm, sorry, it was drow. Underdark folk who rolled the place over. But as I watched the drow mass outside our gate, I realized my arrogance is already of a far costlier sort. I see no harm in tipping the scales a little further. Not for me, but for those who followed me down into the dark. They deserve to be remembered. Initiate Norn Remus, lost in the deep tunnels as we fell back from the drow. Initiate Thulk of the northern wastes, grazed by an arrow and succumbed to poison. Initiate Bree Brecca, who stood against a Dryder with only her mason's hammer. And initiates they are, the entire company, for they have seen and suffered too much to be called novices. We've collapsed the tunnel behind and have made ready to open the gate. Perhaps we can carve a path through, and if not, I enclose a list of names. Let the annals show that whatever their end, the cause was the same. One high initiate, Jairus, wished to stamp his name in the history of his church. He sought to forge a path through the darkness, not realizing there are some places the light was never meant to touch. He was a fool. So very sad Selûnite times. Shadowheart, is not here, but she would be very satisfied to hear about Selûnites getting their faces ripped off by drow. Another Selûnite journal here. Lots of sad stories. But let us continue north. Surely this strange purple gas can't possibly be a problem.
Spores, and they're everywhere.
Did everyone just fail that nature check altogether? Yep. Oh wait, Astarion, what do you think about this weird... Yep.
Whatever's in the air, it tastes foul.
Everyone failing their nature check, because despite being led by a druid, none of us know anything. Oh, hello. Deal with you, maybe? Oh. Hey, someone actually passed the nature check that time, but no one said anything about it. What the fuck? What's the point of passing a nature check if you're not gonna comment on the situation? I wonder if it was supposed to be Jace saying something, since she passed it, I think, but she's a owlbear, so she couldn't. Minotaur. We have naught to fear, for I'm an owlbear and cannot be hurt by anything. I wish that was actually true, however.
Swift and lethal. No time to waste.
But yes, how's everyone's Friday going? I hope you all have had a good week. Let's see. I am very glad that it's the weekend, personally. What do you mean not enough movement? We're right next to it. Oh, it's... No, it's not. What are you... Oh my god, I fucking fucked up my Misty Step. So we're like 3 inches out of range of where we need to be. That's obnoxious. Motherfucker. This is off to a great start.
Let's have some fun. Be quick. Into the shadows.
Oh, so close. There's 3 hit points left. God damn it.
Oh my word.
Tragic.
Got it.
A bunch of single target damage melee folks all stuck because they can't run far enough in a turn. Oh, jeez. You stop that. Leave our girlfriend alone. I can do that jump thing too, you know. Hang on. Yeet. Bonk. That's for almost knocking my girlfriend off the cliff. Aw, they died like on top of each other. Amulet of the Unworthy grants resistance to slashing damage, vulnerability to bludgeoning damage. That sounds like a mixed bag at best. Alright, let's short rest actually, and let's come out of our owlbear form because cutscene's coming up, I believe.
It's been a long day. I'll need to rest soon.
Ka-chow. Resting.
Best be on my way.
I'm gonna try not to get too sidetracked by things where I know nothing is gonna happen. Like up there, there's a huge Zentrum hideout, but it's literally just like a bunch of goods you can loot. There's nothing important up there to my recollection. Except another path to the surface that takes us back near to the Zentrum hideout in Joaquin's Rest. So, we won't bother with that. We'll continue this way. Uh-oh. Something is under the ground, giving us trouble. I remember this.
Be careful. Even the mushrooms down there
God,
can't be trusted.
this is the worst druid playthrough. Everyone just biffing nature checks left and right. All right. I do remember this being a rather satisfying chain reaction if we can set it off properly. Whoosh. Very nice. Whoosh. All right, who's ready for some big mushroom shenanigans? Shit about to get weird. Hi there, myconids.
You are swallowed by a chorus of turbulent music.
Through one creature sing many voices, the harmony of an entire collective.
Sovereign, she has come. She is here.
The choir fades. A single melody rises above the others, brassy and commanding.
I am sovereign.
You see a vision. Your lifeless body wrapped in fungal tendrils.
Still wearing your stupid
The
hat.
sovereign is threatening you.
State your purpose.
I don't know. Audience, weigh in. How do we want to interact with the Myconids? We have quite a few options. Place your votes in the Twitch extension. All right. Insight. Seek understanding. Focus on the Sovereign Song. You don't even need guidance, but fuck it. Jace may not know anything, but she's wise.
You detect a distinct quiver in every note. These creatures have experienced recent tragedy.
Votes. I seem to remember on my first playthrough this being the moment where I was like, oh, this game is just wild front to back, huh? Not just that beginning part. The Myconids are such a cool, like, character design, I guess. All right, focus on your parasite and connect with the Sovereign.
The parasite is quiet. You feel no bond with the creature.
Interesting. Okay, never tried that before. This is a game that starts off wild and only gets wilder. Yeah, pretty much. All right. Well, that didn't work. What should we do next? Place your votes. Alright, I sense your fear. I've come to aid you.
Fungal roots weave through your mind, seeking your true intent. Then the sovereign drones a new melody.
Yay!
Cautious, but welcoming.
We're friends.
Descend
Sort of.
to me. Let us speak in flesh.
The persistent music coaxes you forward. The sovereign expects you.
Jace, as always, just looks kind of baffled with this whole situation. Alright, so we succeeded in not angering the Myconids right off the bat. Ebon Lake Grotto. So, the Sovereign is up here. And let's see. We've got a couple different people to talk to here. We've got Omelum, we've got the Sovereign, and we've got what's her face? The grumpy ass merchant lady. Hi, Plasma. How you doing? Happy Friday. We'll start with the Sovereign since it doesn't do to keep the king waiting. And we also have this lady who's not having a good day.
Don't.
Her condition is familiar. Poison, derived from a wild weed common to the underdark.
Guys, we passed a nature
She'll need
check.
an antidote soon, most likely held by the poisoner.
What is this madness? All right, who did this to you?
Dwemer
Tacos is giving away babies, yes.
slashed me.
So, Dwergar, under or deep dwarves. If the Dwergar poisoned you, perhaps they have the cure.
Graze. Don't share. Talking hurts. Leave me. Please.
Okay, I'm like 90% sure that I have lesser restoration and we can take care of this, but oh, we also just have an antitoxin in our inventory, so we have lots of options. Elixir of poison resistance, antitoxin. Let's try the medicine check first, just for funsies. We get an advantage because we're a fucking badass. Yeah.
Like dwarves, Dwergar have innate resistance to poison, and thus no need for intricate brews. Though deadly if left untreated, the poison can be cured by the antidote or natural remedies.
It's fun being. Well, here's the thing, though, is Jace has a -1 int score. Jace is dumb as a rock, despite being a druid. Jace knows nothing. Somehow. She turns into an owlbear and gets smarter, I'm like 90% sure. Sit tight, there must be more than one way to cure you.
Not going anywhere.
So I think I just have greater restoration, or lesser restoration rather. Yeah. So let's just load that up. And then we can just take care of this situation. Right now. Yeah! I helped!
Pain's fading. Either I'm finally dead or you healed me. Why?
'Cause I'm a nice person. How could I pass by? You were in pain.
No arguments there.
All the hype.
Felt like a hook horror was sorting through my guts. But that cure did the trick.
Yeah.
Quick, sharp too.
I thank you for your help, but I gotta get moving. Oh, Carl's garters. Oh, I don't have time for this. My kin need me.
Take it easy and tell me what I can do.
Seems you're the helping kind.
Damn right.
All right. I need you to rescue my kin. Not charity, mind. We can pay. We're Iron Hand Clan. Best artificers in Baldur's Gate. We were on an expedition down here when the Dwergar snatched us up. I got away, but not the others. The Greys have them digging out some old ruin across the lake.
This is an important quest line, because this quest line will eventually lead us to making the acquaintance of Wulbren Bongle, a man whose neck I would like to wring with my bare hands, given the opportunity. But we'll get there, all in good time. What was this expedition your clan was on?
Just mining for materials. Nothing unusual.
The briefest hesitation, but enough.
Our insight
She's
is really good.
lying.
Let's fucking go.
But our work pays well. Help my clan.
Don't lie
and
to
we'll make it
me.
worth your while, I swear.
Don't fucking lie to me. You're lying. Don't fucking lie to me. Don't fucking lie to me. Let's fucking go. Don't fucking lie to me.
Fine. It's complicated, but my clan has trouble back in the city. A blood feud. We were searching for something to turn the tide. That's all I can say. But it's worth a lot to us. Understand?
Doesn't really clear it up. No, I don't understand. Enough evasion and explain it.
Look, you've done me a good turn and you deserve the truth. But that's as much of it as I can tell, I swear it. If you need to go your own way, I respect that, but still, I'm asking.
All right. I'll free your people if I can.
Thank you. Only wish I could go with you. But here. I nabbed these boots from the Greys when I ran. I'll feel better knowing you're using them to kick some Dwergar ass.
Hell yeah.
I'll mark where I made my escape, and wait here, I suppose. Not much choice, eh?
All right. So we are going to help the deep gnomes that have been trapped by the Dwergar. And we have some cool new boots of speed that we can put on somebody. Who do we want to put those on? We want to put those probably on either Lae'zel or Karlach to help them close distance, because it gives you the ability to dash as a bonus action. And gives you freedom of movement. So... I just realized Karlach should be wearing these. Because both of these interact with lightning charges. These produce lightning charges, and these make use of them, at least against metal constructs. So that's good for that. And then we will give Lae'zel the fancy boots of speed. Yeah, because the boots of striding aren't even fucking useful to Lae'zel, because she doesn't cast spells. She hits people in the face. Maybe something to be said for giving these to Jace, though. Okay, my inventory's getting nutty again. Ooh. Luminous armor. Oh, we got this right at the end of the... That's right, we got this right at the end of the stream last time. Does anyone want this? We currently have Karlach wearing clothing level armor because of her unarmored defense feature, but which gives her a bunch of dex stuff. Luminous armor. This feels like it makes the most sense for Shadowheart, actually, because when the wearer deals radiant damage, they cause a radiant shockwave. We're not, like, bringing Shadowheart much of anywhere, however, this isn't much use to anybody else. It would increase Karlach's AC by 2. Yeah. We'll hold on to that for Shadowheart, I think. Let me do a quick inventory sort here just to get things in order. Remember who's carrying what. Okay. Ring of Arcane Synergy. I'll give that to you for cantrips. Gloves of Belligerent Skies. Thunder damage, lightning damage, or radiant damage. Clear all this shit out. Everything goes in the random crap box for... Wait. Trying to remember how I had shit organized here. Okay. Karlach has elixirs. Lae'zel has weapon coats. Klonith psionic detector. Arrows all go to Astarion. Helmet of smiting we do not care about because none of us are a paladin. This is trash. Spells. Spectator eyes. Anyone want that? No. Give that to someone in camp. Blast pendant. We picked up a lot of random crap last time, huh? Oh, we haven't inspected the memory shard that we got from the spectator. So we should check that out in just a moment. Okay. That's everything more organized. Whoop. Come back out here. Because I believe if we inspect this, we get a cutscene, right?
At least things have stayed interesting.
A dull crystal, glowing only faintly.
Arcana. Try to determine its function. With our -1 intelligence modifier. Sounds like every RPG I ever played. Yep, pretty much. No! Tragedy. We don't even have any inspirations to spend. Oh well.
You rack your brains, but it is, for all intents and purposes, a particularly pretty rock.
We should just give it to Lae'zel as a present. Because we're crushing. Focus on the glow.
You feel your consciousness stretch, reach out, and recoil as if at a bare-handed slap.
Wow, what a
Yours
rude
is
rock.
not the mind it was expecting.
Well, fine. Piss off then, asshole. Wow, I took a lot of damage from doing that. What the? Sheesh. Hit for 18 damage from this stupid rock that doesn't like me. Some bullshit. Alright, let's talk to the Sovereign. Wait, there he is.
What is the...
Sovereign's thick fingers stroke the corpse at its feet. A droning melody greets you as the creature turns its gaze to you.
Hi.
Flesh talker, I show you a memory. Watch and listen.
A violent vision grips you. Dwergar, dark dwarves chopping myconid remains.
They broke our peace.
Hi, Ari.
They killed our young.
The Sovereign's song slows to the pace of a dirge. It is still in mourning.
We laid waste to many, but intruders remain. Lakewood.
Oddly enough, Sovereign
The
Spa
Sovereign's
actually
song
is...
halts as it measures your worth.
I sense your resolve. You will find Dwergar invaders near Lake's Edge. Cleanse the rot. Destroy them.
I admit, I like this one's approach. A little genocidal, but effective.
Thanks for that, Astarion. Yeah, oddly enough, Sovereign Spa actually is one of the more normal things in the Underdark. He's at least straightforward. Tells us what he needs. Which is to protect his people from the Dwergar, who are complete assholes, so. But yes, hi Ari, welcome. How's your Friday? Alright, what the fuck was that? Did you guys see that? The whole, like, screen wigged out for a second. What happened? Why did these Dwergar... What is going on? Must be some, like, the spell that they're doing to the corpses. Why did these Dwergar attack?
Deep purples swirl into familiar shapes. Gnomes in mining gear, chased by Dwergar.
The Dwergar seek a gnome. It is a guest.
That's the one we just healed. So yeah, they protected the fugitive, and the Dwergar came and killed so many mushrooms. You harbor a fugitive gnome, admirable of you.
The Sovereign says nothing, but you hear appreciation in its song.
What in the hells did you do to that corpse?
We breathe life into our enemy's flesh. The dead make a fine host for my growing children.
Cool, that seems fine. These spores hold such power. How might I gain this knowledge?
You may not. The spores
Aw.
hear only the circle.
It's 'cause I'm dumb, isn't it?
They dance to no other harmony.
Alright, I'll cleanse the rot. Those Dwergar near the lake will die.
The Sovereign gifts you one more vision. A wall of vines parting to reveal glowing light.
Riches of magic and mind. Cleanse the rot, and they are yours. You do the circle a service. We will await word.
All right. I've said this before, but I really like how Volo's prosthetic has ended up giving Jace this like asymmetrical, one completely black eye, one completely pale eye effect. All right. So we're starting to accumulate new objectives here. In the Underdark, we have to save the gnomes that have been captured by the Dwergar and defeat the Dwergar in order to protect the Myconids as well. And hey, let's go talk to one of my favorite NPCs in the whole game. If only the process for getting that eye was mildly less dramatic. Yeah, that would have been nice, but you know, no pain, no gain, am I right? All right. Hype for one of the best NPCs in Baldur's Gate 3. Are the haste spores new? I feel like these weren't here the last time that I was in the Underdark. But it's also entirely possible that I just didn't notice. Hate spores. No, haste.
Ah, a visitor. You're a welcome sight.
Hi, Blurk.
But let us observe the customs of the locals.
The scholar's brow tenses. His voice spills into your skull, the spores
Jesus
connecting
face.
mind to mind.
Blurg, proud member of the Society of Brilliance, at your service. Or perhaps not. Your mind is far more complex than that of the fungi.
So we actually have heard of the Society of Brilliance before because Esther, the asshole woman who was trying to steal a Githyanki egg, was hired by the Society of Brilliance, but not by these guys, because these guys are cool. We stand Blurg and Ameloum in this house. I've never seen a hobgoblin like you before.
The feeling is mutual, friend. I have only passing familiarity with the surface races. But I found that there is as much to learn from an individual as there is from a community. So it is with the Myconids. They live in harmonious unity, but each has a unique personality. My colleagues and I are working to improve conditions in the Underdark. This need not be such a dire, hostile place.
This guy definitely voices
It's
somebody else, and I
curious to
can't.
find a
I'm having
surface
trouble
dweller
placing it.
here. What has brought you down so deep?
Honesty. A mind flayer infected me with a tadpole.
Truly remarkable. But why come to the Underdark, where they hold so much power?
I don't know. I've just been panicking. Explain the whole story.
You were infected by an illithid tadpole?
Yeah, I just said that.
It's a miracle you're still intact. You must be worried sick, but have no fear. I have a friend who may be able to assist.
A friend?
Ormelium.
We love friends.
I hope this is important, Blurg. My Zirkwood samples need constant attention.
It is. This adventurer has an illithid tadpole inside her head, but she hasn't turned.
No ceremorphosis? That's impossible. But intriguing.
Jesus' face.
Are you looking to have it extracted?
Ameloum!
Your head will make a fine
Oh, shit.
trophy for my queen.
I've never had Lizelle here.
Please hold. I understand your rage against my kin. One of my brethren forced a tadpole into your eye.
Hi, Tollitir.
Or ear, perhaps. But I assure you, I stand with the Society of Brilliance, not the colonies of my people.
Can we get some hype for Ameloum, the chillest mind flayer in the Forgotten Realms? How you doing, Tollitir? Happy Friday. The Myconids wouldn't appreciate us fighting here. I'll listen.
Fool. They infest your head and invade your dreams, and still you would parley.
Lae'zel, calm down.
I ask only that you refrain from violence. I respect that your opinion of my kind may be charged. If that settles matters for the time being, would you like a diagnosis? Open your mind to me. Let us see what lurks within.
He's really here just like, wait, but I am a bro. Correct. And you know what? He's fucking right. Give it up for friend Tentacle Face. Alright. Lae'zel hates this idea, understandably. I'm metagaming really hard here because I happen to know that Omeluum is a bro. However, Lae'zel has every reason to think this is fucking nuts. Relax and let Omeluum's mind search your own.
As Omeluum's mind pierces yours, the tadpole pulses with power. It feels 10 times its size. Alive, awake, almost smug.
This is most unusual. The incubation period should be complete, as should your transformation. But the larva is infused with strange magic. It appears to be in some form of stasis.
What happens if that stasis goes away?
I can only theorize, but I suspect your transformation would be both agonizing and instantaneous.
I thought it was always agonizing, Omeluum.
Well, yes, but that wasn't my point.
It's the Various that I'm curious about. He definitely matches some other NPC that I'm pretty familiar with, but I can't place it exactly. I'll have to ponder. Mark Noble, okay. Alright, so, can you extract the tadpole?
No, it appears to be shielded from physical and magical influence. And even without the shield, the extraction would involve severe cranial trauma.
That doesn't sound ideal.
It
right?
is not
He's fucking
ideal.
stylish.
The process would surely kill you. But not to worry. Should you transform, I will happily perform a new examination.
Thanks, Omeluum. Oh, we know a lot about severe cranial trauma here. Yep. Tell Omeluum, Omeluum about the strange mind flayer ship you were on.
A Nautiloid? Fascinating. I have never set foot on one myself. They were our warships during the greatest eras of the Illithid Empire. We ruled the entire astral plane from their decks. The design was lost when the Gith rebelled and ended our dominion.
All that probing was useless in the end.
My apologies. I hoped the experience was not too unpleasant. But I have an idea.
Yeah, I love ideas.
Perhaps I should start taking notes.
There may be a way to bypass that stasis. There are many alchemical substances that can influence the mind.
Isn't the stasis why the tadpole hasn't killed me yet?
I do not intend to shatter its protection. I need only bypass the interference that prevents me from communicating with the lava.
Bypass? What kind of alchemy are we talking about?
A tincture distilled from a collection of rare mushrooms. They have subtle psionic influence. I would require a fresh ton of madness and Timusk spores. But be warned, in their natural state, both of these mushrooms can be quite dangerous. Timusks cause confusion in those that approach them. The tongue is self-explanatory.
Eating those doesn't sound like a great idea.
My formula will hamper the more harmful effects once the mushrooms are brewed into a potion. Your sanity, however much you possess, should remain intact.
Mel, I'm just like, you're not gonna get any crazier than you already are. Alright, lovely. So where do I find these mushrooms?
The Underdark, of course, although they are quite rare, and their discovery perilous. I imagine Lenore would have them in her possession. She served Mistra as a cleric.
He really did, Harry. Hi, Grim. That face wants to give me a hug. Yep. Omeluum is the only Mind Flayer I would trust a hug from. Why would a cleric have a bunch of dangerous mushrooms?
She is quite fond of her garden. Lenore has always been a lonely sort. Nature was her only companion. I offered her the chance to join the society, but she refused. Her experiments on Susa bark took priority.
All right, I'll come back when I find the mushrooms.
May your travels be safe and swift.
Thanks, bro.
I've never seen anything like it, Blur. Is my species evolving?
Perhaps, but at such an accelerated rate.
Anyway, we'll see more of them later. Let's walk away from that mushroom before it explodes all over us. Thank you. All right, time for a considerably less pleasant conversation. Okay, but I want everything about Omeluum. Like, imagine you are a creature that has to eat brains to survive and loves to commit mind invasions, but you literally just want to be a nice guy, right? That's, yeah. No, Omeluum is super chill. He mentions, I can't remember what dialogue path leads to it or why we didn't get it there, but if you ask him, like, about what his whole deal is, he mentions that he had like a partnership with a lich for a while because the lich wanted souls and he needed brains to eat, but that they ended up breaking up because he wants to improve the world and the lich only wanted to destroy it. Omeluum is goals. Oh god! Hi!
Tongue talker. Far you've come.
Hi, Glut.
Reach into memory. Tell me of home.
You are so slimy, my dude. Alright. What is Jace's home? Jace does not strike me as a city kid, even though we have the option to make her one. So probably not the marketplace. I could see her being into hanging out by the river, though. Down by the river, if you will.
It cringes in response to your sunny vision.
Wow, okay. Fuck you.
It reveals its own home in reply. A humid cove filled with decaying myconid corpses.
Brigade destroyed my people. I am a sovereign with no circle. This circle does not welcome me. But I have heard the song. You mean to cleanse the Dwergar rot. I mean to join you.
So, I feel like one of the things that always annoys me about this conversation is we have no option to be like, why don't they want you to join them? But Sovereign Glut, a sovereign without a circle, who wants to help avenge his people by helping us kill the Dwergar. Join me, that depends. Can you make yourself useful?
In death, your foe becomes becomes your ally. I will raise it. You may command it.
So, yeah, so basically, Glut can raise dead corpses into followers for us. I'm not going to make a tremendous effort to make it happen just because I don't even know where the thing is. But from what I understand, if you happen to have him with you when you kill the bullet, then he can res the bullet and make the bullet fight for you. Which then trivializes the entire Underdark. Are you sure? It's going to be dangerous.
I am the danger, and I am the cure. They erased my people. I will erase theirs.
How fucking boss is this creature design, though, honestly? Anyway, very well. You may join me.
Remain in the Underdark.
Super reasonable, yep.
And I will follow. We cleanse the rot together.
All right. And yes, he was super rude about our home for no reason. 0 stars, exactly. Yeah, I will, like, Glut is, well, we'll see what Glut's about, but I will not deny Glut is definitely metal as fuck. Anyway, hi, Dareth. How you doing?
Seems the shrooms are letting in more people every day. You see a fella on his own on your way in. Dwarf. Balin's his name.
There was a period in my first playthrough where I was selling like everything that I owned to this lady, and I got real sick of her dialogue. What are you doing down here?
Right now. Waiting for that idiot Balin's return. Unless you've seen him, we don't have much to discuss.
Can you describe him?
Bald, blue tunic, dumb as a stick.
Okay, I'm listening, Ari. The mushrooms are kind of hot. You know what? Okay. I don't judge. I will not judge. I do not see it in the slightest. It's a bit too slimy for me, but I stand the monster fuckers of the world. You do you. His voice is pretty intense. I will grant you that. As a certified voice fucker. That I'm, you know, but not my vibe. Not my vibe, I will say. However, okay, haven't seen him.
Right. Never mind.
Who is he to you?
My useless husband. Sent him for an errand. It's no surprise he's made a mess of it.
Need some help finding him?
Knock yourself out. But don't come begging for coin if you find him. You
Yay,
try to
Karlak
ransom
approves.
him to me. You'll find yourself skint and stuck with a fat old lout.
Colors got me, however, the home is when corpses is a deal breaker. To be fair, he was describing... The home did not always have corpses. He was describing the aftermath of the Dwargar attack. But he's also kind of nuts, but we'll get to that. Alright, so Dareth is a dick about her husband and wants us to help find him. Karlak approved when we said we would go find him, so obviously we have to do it now. Oh, I forgot. I have all my dye mods that I installed for Raka's run. Be fair, look at your party. Kind of nuts, like the basics. True. Should we give everybody stuff from the Draconic dye pack? I think yes. We're gonna have an under. You're bringing Astarion out into public. True. That's our first mistake. Okay, I need to hang on. Hang on.
Might be enough to cover rent.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break because I just remembered I have dye mods installed, which means we can make us look like super pretty. Really do enjoy the Party Limit Be Gone mod. Yeah, I haven't been quite brave enough to mess with that one yet because I hear that it glitches out sometimes in like pretty dramatic ways, but it does seem nice. But I have finally installed some aesthetic mods to mess with. So, okay, we're gonna do... What are we gonna do? We're gonna do a couple things. We're gonna sell the crap we don't need, first of all. So much banter. Yeah, I bet. Alright. We're gonna sell all the crap that we don't need. Then we're gonna go to camp, distribute the other stuff, dye all our gear, and then sell anything remaining that we don't need at that point.
Well?
Interlude. Oh, there must be something else you're up to.
Like I told you already, I'm waiting for that lummox Balin. The rest is my own business.
Alright, well, whatever. Okay, add wares to offer. I'm gonna take all of your money, ma'am, because you're rude. Also, all of your health potions. And thieves' tools. Do we want any of this armor? What am I wearing? I'm wearing light armor. Do you have any fun light armor, ma'am? Studded +1. Could get studded leather +1 or padded +2. Padded is better. Slightly. I would kill for like a preview option, but I guess we could buy both and give one to Astarion and keep one for ourselves. How much money do I actually have? Oh, we're fairly rich, actually. Jace's armor honestly hardly matters except from an aesthetic perspective because we're spending the whole game as an owlbear practically, so. From that perspective, I think I like the studded leather better than what she's currently wearing. So let's grab that.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Lizelle is currently wearing scale mail. She can actually wear heavy armor. Technically. Although we'll probably give her the adamantine armor, so we don't really need to buy her anything, come to think of it. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud here. Anyway. Ka-chow! Alright, let's see if I've made a mistake by buying that, or if it actually does look better. Okay, I'm into it. I'm into it. Let's go back to camp and play with the dice. Because you can't fight crime if you ain't cute. What the hell? Oh no, this is camp. Ha ha ha, I forgot, sorry. Alright. Welcome to our Underdark camp, everybody. Guys, look! Scratch and Buddy are playing together because they're adorable. I just realized Glut fucking comes to camp with us. I don't think I ever long rested with Glut in the party. That's hilarious. Alright. So, we're going to use this spiffy mod. And get all of our dyes to mess with. Oop. I'm gonna need votes from the chat. We're gonna start with the draconic dyes because I like that pack best. Need votes from the chat on what looks good here on our buddy Jace. So we have red dragon dye. Very cool. Black dragon dye. Can you guys see that? You guys can see that okay, right? Blue. White. Green. Green's not bad from a druidic perspective. Little lime green for my taste, but that's gold. Wait, we gotta pause everything because kitty sighting. Say hi, Lonzo. Lonzo's like, I want to be dyed also. Oh, okay, there we go. We do love Zalonzo. Yeah, I wish the green was darker also. I forget if have I tried to dye the hat? I also have a mod that lets all the dyes be infinite use, which is also helpful. Okay. Silver. Bronze. It's kind of an interesting vibe. Copper. Brass. Platinum. Okay. We should actually try. Let me try if I can kind of dig how copper came out. Let's take another look at that. That was the sort of brownish one, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. And we also have the nocturnal versions of all of these, which add black into the mix. That's kind of cool looking. Nocturnal black. Nocturnal blue. You like the red? Yeah, the red and nocturnal red are pretty nice looking. Definitely goes with her skin color. Actually, let's look at the nocturnal green. The green pants make the copper one. That is fair. Let me see if we can dye the hat. Actually, yeah, the nocturnal green is a kind of a vibe actually. Can we dye the hat? Yo! We can actually. And it looks terrible in nocturnal green. Was that nocturnal green? Oh no, there we go. Okay. I love the multi-use dyes mod. Actually, if we go with the copper. Oh, that looks bad. The tiefling skin color, I feel like, clashes with some of these pretty dramatically. This is the bloodstained gold one that I have for Raka's playthrough over on Tumblr, which actually looks pretty dope. Look at the rest of the nocturnals real quick. It's kind of a vibe. We're also covered in blood, which is kind of changing up the effect as well. Let me make the hat green again, first of all. I'm sort of feeling nocturnal green for her across the board. Put it on the boots too. And the gloves. Get the whole set. Nice. Let's talk to Lae'zel so she can take a look at our...
We must press forward.
Think the boots are too much?
Let's deal with Ketheric.
Yeah, the boots and gloves. Maybe we can do like a contrasting thing with the boots and gloves with like the nocturnal black, maybe. See what that looks like. Okay, I'm kind of into that, actually. Yeah, I am not mad at that. Nice. Okay. We could dye everybody else too, but I don't know if we want to sit and look at this the whole time. Astarion, do you want this? Looks a little less like she wants splashing it all over paint. True. Hi, Joe. Hell yeah, we're playing Fashion Wars. Astarion, do you want this? He's like, no, please, it looks a lot worse. I don't know. You wear it pretty well. Okay, I lied, actually. We are gonna dye everybody else's stuff, too.
I'll just help myself.
Yes, you do that. Okay. This is a better way to do it, actually, because it's a more close-up. Let's see. Do you like Nocturnal Red, Astarion? How do you feel about that? Okay, that's not bad. Oh, that's... Okay, that's sexy. The fucking Bloodstained Nocturnal Red is easily the coolest dye in this pack. Astarion crying every time he gets given new gear because you keep giving him worse outfits. Yeah. Okay, that's kind of dope, actually. Not mad at that. Or we could have everybody match in Nocturnal Green. Party theme. Yeah, I like these a lot. We still need to get him a funny hat. I'm so mad at myself that I haven't picked one up yet. We should see if Dareth has one in her inventory. You like the red more than the green? All right, we'll put the Nocturnal Red back on you. And we'll continue doing just black for the gloves and boots on everybody. Oh, and the cape. We gotta do the cape as well. Cape of the Red Prince. Okay, I'm into it. I'm into it. That's a good vibe. All right, let's talk. As I said, Lae'zel's gonna get
Action, not reaction.
new armor pretty soon, but also
Open up.
she's our girlfriend, so we need to make sure she's looking spiff. Looks much cooler than he is as a person. Yeah. I love Astarion, but that man is fucked up. Yep. Alright, what do we want to give Lae'zel? Can try the green here for her as well. That like matches her skin tone. It's romantic that she and Jace have the same armor color, but it also like is the same color as she is. So maybe we try, how about Nocturnal Gold? I'm not entirely mad at that. Or silver. Silver would be good because like the Githyanki silver sword. Why does it look like pink? Is that because you're covered in blood? That's probably because you're covered in blood. Kind of not mad at that either. Can we dye the cowboy hat? Hold on. Okay. I'm into it. About the regular silver. Is this fun to watch or is this super annoying? I can also just, like, not do this. Where's the regular silver? There it is. You're thriving on color coding our companions. Excellent. Okay, the Hell yeah. Alright, I like the silver for the Githyanki symbolism. So maybe we'll go with that. What about the red on her? Yeah, like I said, the black and red is definitely the... Oh, that's very gold, comparatively. Okay, alternate ME miniatures? Mass Effect? Nice. That's very gold, comparatively. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I feel like this armor just isn't taking the dye quite as well in general. Okay. Kind of into it. Can look at this in the morning when everyone's not covered in blood also. I have like 1,000 or more hours logged in DAI and about 600 of them at least are making armor and dyeing it. Hell yeah.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Hang on, Lae'zel, I need a closer look at you.
Have questions.
Okay, I'm into this actually. I'm into it. Ugh. All right. So we've got green, we've got red, we've got silver. What are we gonna put Karlach in?
Hey, good looking.
The next question.
Yoink.
Yoink. I love her so much, you guys. It's unreasonable. All right. What shall we do with Karlach? We should try the golds on her. Okay. Let's try nocturnal gold first of all. Yo, she looks like a bumblebee. This armor is challenging. What shall we do? You know, I have some answers of my own, Plasma, I'll be honest. I'm tempted to put her in blue just purely because I'm a fucking sap for her relationship with my first Tav who liked blue. Perhaps a little too yellow, just a smidgen. We'll try the bloodstained, what is it? Bloodstained gold dragon. Okay, that's not bad actually. The bloodstained gold looks good. The platinum look like. I can't. Something is wrong about this, and I'm having trouble articulating what it is. She looks like an action figure. What does the nocturnal platinum look like? Oh, that looks even more like an action figure. Let's. No. Captain Toril. I'm drawing a blank on the reference. Oh, right. I was like, I know that word. Alright, yeah, that's the Bumblebee vibe. Gotcha. What about just black? Wow, that manages to be unappealing in a completely new way. It looks like someone peed on it. Alright, we'll be done with this in just a sec. I'm just experimenting. The pure white is interesting. I had not realized until this moment just how, like, plush her pants are. Okay, I think I'm feeling this for Karlach as well. think that's a good look. Where's the nocturnal black for the gloves and the boots? Alright, okay, I'm into it. Oh, and the hat. Did we deal with everyone's hat? We gotta deal with her hat. Thank you for that, Lurkseer. Welcome, friend. Oh, that changed nothing. Hold on. I think maybe that hat can't be dyed. Anyway. Cool. All right. Everyone has a fucking theme. We're looking dope. The drip is real. And now we can move on with our lives. Real quick before we move on, does anyone want these things that Astarion is carrying? Gloves of belligerent skies, thunder damage, lightning or radiant. Those should go to Shadowheart. We said the luminous armor was gonna go to Shadowheart also. Spectator eyes we'll give to Alonzo. Move. We'll give those to Will. Lightning blast we'll give to Shadowheart, I guess. And the boots can go to basically anyone. We'll give them to Shadowheart. Okay. Later on, someone make sure to remind me if and when we're bringing everyone in for their various personal quests that we make sure to dye their armor as well to look fancy. All right, but we're looking good. We're looking good. Let's go back. I want to do one more quick stop by Dareth. Later, remind me later. We're gonna do one quick stop purely to see if Dareth has a funny hat that we can buy for Astarion. I need a funny hat. Fuck. God damn it. Ugh. Okay, this is incredibly stupid, but hold on. Where are the other merchants we've seen? The Zentrum hideout and the Grove, right?
No.
Oh.
I cannot leave the Underdark.
Okay. Never mind. We're not gonna go buy Astarion a hat until after we've dealt with this situation. So, I'm gonna take a long rest and then we're gonna go fight some dwarves. I cannot believe he just fucking comes and vibes at camp with us. Anyone want to talk before we go to bed? Okay. Sleepies.
Put my hands on everything.
Sleepy time. No exciting sleepy time adventures. Let's load back up on Speak with Animals. Say hi to Scratch and Buddy.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
Good boy. Best pupper. Alonzo, are you jealous? You're just sitting here staring at me. Okay, I dig this armor. I'm pleased. Especially now that it's not bloodstained.
You smell very delicious, but I will not bite you.
Aww. Thanks, buddy.
More.
I love him so much. Okay. Cool. All right, let's go beat up some dwarves.
Leland, where are you?
Look how stylish we are, Dareth. We are stylish as fuck. All right. Buddy shares a voice with an enemy in Act 2. Oh, damn it. Now I'm gonna lose sleep trying to figure out who that is. Hold on. An enemy in Act 2. I'm mostly trying to think who's only in Act 2. Yeah, but you don't look like an owlbear, Plasma. More's the pity. Who the fuck is only in Act 2? Is it another animal? Or is it someone I've talked to? Alright, we're gonna Alright, we're gonna go south directly to the Dwergar encampment. It's someone I've talked to. Okay, I'm gonna have to listen for it when we get to Act 2 then. Because I can't think off the top of my head. I'm gonna be so distracted trying to figure that out now. Alright. What the fuck was that? Okay, so there's a couple things we need to do over here, but we're gonna deal with the Dwergar first since we are limited by having Glut in our party right now. I think for tonight we'll do the Dwergar village here, clear them out, deal with Glut, and then we'll go to the Susur Tree, and then we'll go to the Wizard's Tower. And that'll be tonight's adventures. I really am actually liking this color on Jace now that we've got it settled. This is actually really looking good. Alright. Cool. Cool. So, Dwergar Village is down here. And we want to approach. We'll come at it from this direction. It's an enemy, you said, Ryder.
Looks abandoned.
Okay. God damn it, I'm so distracted by this question now. Fuck. Okay, I'll have to ponder. Okay, all of us biffed our perception checks. We're terrible at this. All right.
What? Gek! Got someone sneaking up on us.
I mean, we could hold up our palms in peace, but admittedly, it would be a lie. So, might as well just get into it. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and owlbear it up right off the bat, I think. This is our new combat strategy for everything. And... smack. Yo, one shot. Let's go. Can I get close enough? I can.
No time for mercy.
Let's fucking go. We're so badass. Alright, unfortunately, most of our enemies are currently invisible, which is making this a smidge challenging. If I stand right here, can he shoot you down? We can. Excellent.
Just like old times.
Means we can do this.
Spill some blood.
Bam. Good shot.
Smell blood.
Alright, let's just get Karlek moving in this general direction.
Moving.
So I believe most of them are on the ground. And she also... oh, fuck! I forgot to put the boots of speed on her. No, I didn't even. I put them on Lae'zel, so never mind. Bonk. Nice. Oh, journal update. What happened? We defeated the Duergar. Wait, really? Normally they spawn a whole bunch of like... Yeah, they have other guys here. I don't know what the I don't know what the quest log is talking about.
I am fury. I am death.
Yes, you are fury, you are death. Go hit this guy in the face, please. Smack. Nice.
On the move.
All right. And we have Glut here. Could take advantage of his fun animating spores ability.
Silence. I am breathing life.
All right. So now this guy's on our side. Very nice. Can we jump that far? We can't jump that far, can we? We can! Let's fucking go. Yeet! Amazing. Holy shit. Wrecked. Absolutely fucking wrecked, and they didn't have a chance to res any of the corpses around here to fight us.
Creatures live in waters this dark.
That's wild. I thought there were a whole bunch of invisible guys around here. Oh, we must speak, Glut? Alright, let me de-owlbear myself then. Put on something more comfortable. What's up, Glut?
The tumor is excised. The Duergar are dead. Here, I break ground. From the dark will a mighty circle rise. My song will fill the grotto. Death Doer. The grotto may sustain but one sovereign. In the age of Glut, there may be no spore.
Uh-oh.
Eliminate the other sovereign.
Dun dun dun! Yeah, I believe that is from the mod that I'm using. It's or one of the mods. It allows you to spawn a copy of the tutorial chest in your inventory at any point, because a lot of mods use the tutorial chest to populate with like items and stuff. So, yeah. So, you'd turn on Spa, who gave you shelter.
A fate it has earned.
Remind me later, Ryder. I'll send you the link.
My circle long suffered while the Duergar flourished. I sang to Spore for help, yet it cowered in the grotto and let my people be slaughtered. Choose, Smooth Mind.
Smooth Mind?
Help me grow a mighty circle and reap the reward, or protect the precious poltron as it waits for the circle of Glut to devour it whole.
All right, folks. Place your votes. How are we going to handle the internecine mushroom struggle? Which, incidentally, is also my new rock band name. Go sit in a puddle of Roundup. Oh. All right, we have a tie. One more vote. All right. I'll have no part of this.
It is my right.
Astarion approves.
It is my right.
Its delicate harmonies turn to scrapes and scratches.
Your corpse will birth my circle.
Sir, that's rude. And mean. And unnecessary. Unfortunately for you, I can turn into an owlbear. This is my response to everything. Yeah. What do you mean cannot reach destination? Oh. My girlfriend is in my way. Well, then we'll let her... Bonk. Can we have you walk around? Oh, we are straight up just like in a kill box here, huh? Let's jump you over here real quick. Open the space up a little bit. And smack. And smack. Oh, Lae'zel, you're so hot. I'll grant you the action surge. Just fucking beat the shit out of him. Fuck yes. No! Come on! He has 1 hit point left! I wanted to give Lae'zel the satisfaction. The thing is, he saw us fight just now. I don't think that it would be reasonable to start this shit. Yeah, well, he's not
So much for
the most logical. It's okay, we'll finish him off.
It was never meant to be. We saw to that.
Indeed.
At least he died doing what he loved. Usurping.
I fucking love Karlach so much, you guys. Like, unironically, I want to be Karlach when I grow up. She's a sweetheart. She's hilarious. She's buff. She will do anything to protect her friends. Like, this is just who I want to be. The buff part is challenging. Okay, let's loot here real quick.
Something good here, I hope.
So ultimately, the way forward is these boats, but we have more to do in this area first. So we shall. The first thing being, we are going to go get some flowers. We're gonna go pick some flowers. Well, we're gonna finish looting this area first, and then we're gonna go pick some flowers. Can't see anything that would be remotely challenging about flowers in the Underdark. Couple lore docs. A water-damaged letter imploring the recipient to be cautious around the far shore of the Ebon Lake, as Dwergar are rumored to be prowling in the area. Yeah, so there are some dead deep gnomes here who were members of the group that... fuck, what's her name? The poisoned gnome that we rescued mentioned that her friends had been captured and enslaved by the Dwergar. A ledger detailing the appearance and quality of numerous gemstones that have been mined from rock. Weight, color, clarity, and more are noted next to a sketch of each stone. An underlined entry for a sizable ruby is written in shaky, excited quill strokes. Is there anything else super important around here? We get to watch the owlbear climbing animation, which is always fun. So cute. I think there's some other, yeah. Spattered diary.
Here goes nothing.
Badly charred diary with property of Wulbren written on the inside cover. In one of the few legible entries, the author wonders if he'll ever see his friend Barkus again now that he's departed for the surface world. We met Barkus already. He was the gnome who was tied to the windmill. Who we rescued. All right. So, Suser flower time. And once we have the Suser flowers, then we can go break into the wizard tower, and there we can get the mushrooms that Omeluum told us to get to help us with our brainworm. It's all coming together. Another logbook. The inside cover reads Burrow Warden Myrna. The pages are lined with neat calculations, equipment logs, and expedition notes. Final entry reads, back after a 10-day in the northern quadrant, 2 potential mining scouts sighted, discovered a vein of Arendar. Welso did a bang-up job. Organized shifts and led the first dig. Brother or not, he'll be a great burrow warden one day. But he needs to keep his temper in check and practice reading the stone. He's as blind as a surfacer sometimes. planning to take him out later along the Ebon Lake to practice. Guessing that didn't work out well for her. Alright, where? This way. This is actually a beautiful little area that we're coming up on, I think. The Susur tree area. Which, we also picked up the blueprints for the, masterwork weapon, which mentioned that the necessary ingredient was Susur bark. So that's also something we're going to look for, because this is a Susur tree. Did I want to meet... Oh, yeah! I do want to meet Bual. That's in a different direction. That's like over... That's over by the tower, right? Somewhere, I think. All right. But yes, we're gonna go get Susur flowers. How pretty is this, though? Fucking gorgeous. And also full of, you know, terrible, horrifying monsters, but you can't have everything. Let's start this off with a bang. Yeet! Bam. Alright. Oh, almost. Oh, I'm the only one in combat. Whoops. Let's bring the others in on this. There we go.
I didn't know the Underdark could be so beautiful.
Aw. You right, though. God dang it.
Shall we dance? Let's move. Time for a new.
Nice. Easy peasy. Nothing to worry about. Wah! What the fuck was that? Oh. Apparently you get hit for slashing damage when you loot them? What the fuck? Didn't remember that. Alright.
Path lies before me.
A waypoint here to unlock. No, god damn it. I was gonna go get the waypoint. Okay, who are we even fighting? Oh, there you are. Can we jump up there? I feel like the answer should be yes, however.
Here we go again.
And yeet! Bam! That only did 2 damage? What the fuck?
Let's turn someone inside out.
Okay, Astarion. Can we...
Let's go.
I don't know, man.
The subtle approach.
Hell yeah. Bam. Alright.
Let's cover the fire, baby.
We are taking these people apart.
Over there.
Sort of. Can we shoot you from down here? Not enough movement. Alright, well. Well, shit. I guess we'll just have you stand here then. Oh, okay. More people jumping in on the fight now. Philro the Forgotten and his band of hook horrors.
I'm heating up.
Can we shoot backwards? Yeah. Can we hit Philro? No. Motherfucker. Everyone here except Astarion sucks at archery, and I keep making them do it anyway.
My path be true.
Nice shot. Very nice. Ha! Quick like cat. Quick like owlbear. Ooh. Oh no! Our girlfriend is hypnotized. Ooh. That was uncalled for, if you ask me. Whoa, the animation just wigged out. Y'all see that? Okay, Astarion just fucking obliterated that guy, though. How much was that? 36 damage. God damn. Alright.
Time to push my luck again.
Can we yeet you into the hole? Is that a thing that's possible? Oh, I think you can't be knocked back, maybe. Bam. What are the odds that I can jump all the way? Nope. Not quite. We'll jump on this guy. He's not even in the fight yet, but fuck it. Woo! Death from above!
Alright, Karlak. It's go time.
Alright, let's start getting you up this way. And we'll just shoot at you. Alright. We broke his concentration on hypnotic pattern, so Lae'zel isn't stunned anymore. Which means she can also shoot him. Boom. And we get you over here. Maybe.
Make way.
Don't need to sound so angry about it, Lae'zel. Ah, not quite. Ow. Boom. All right. Cool. So. I think it wasn't actually from looting these guys. I think I had just taken damage before. All right, so this tree has bark that we need and also has these flowers.
It feels like I'm exhausted. Better find somewhere to camp soon.
Okay, well, Jace got distracted from her own complaint with another complaint, but the Susur blooms create an anti-magic field, which it turns out is very important for the place that we are going next. There are 4 of them, I think, to grab up here. Oh, we also need to remember to get Balin, but we'll do that in a second. Let's see. The camera sometimes really struggles in some of these areas.
More for me.
There's 3. There's the bark that we need for the.
I've got the plans and the Susur bark. Now I need somewhere to craft it all.
And the place to craft it.
Forge at the blacksmith's house should do.
Yes. The place to craft it is back at the building where we got the blueprints for the masterwork weapon initially. But we can't go there right now because if we take the Susur flowers out of the Underdark, they immediately die. And the whole plan falls to pieces and the arcane tower becomes so much more annoying than it would be otherwise. Okay. Quick stop first. Over here. I wonder, does wild shape? Yeah, okay, wild shape. Oh. I don't know, does wild shape count as a spell? We don't have any charges right now. Actually, I should short rest now that I think about it. Yeah, okay, it doesn't count as a spell, so we can still wild shape while carrying the Susur flowers, which is good. Uh-oh. Oh, God! The bullet! Oh, Lord, it coming! Well, there's nothing I can do, so we'll just skip everyone's turn, I guess. Ah! 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 Quick, Albert! Could have moved people so they were out of its way. True. That would require common sense, Ryder. So this guy has been kind of trailing us the whole time we've been in the Underdark.
Let's find some prey.
God damn it. Failed the hide check, so just regular attack. Failed that too. Yeah, we don't do common sense around here. Can we get close enough to smacky smack? Come on. Come on. Sure.
I've got it.
I never leave enough time for people to talk me out of doing stupid shit. Nice. And Lizelle cannot get close enough. Except Boots of Speed. Fuck yes.
You bow or you break.
The Boots of Speed are actually even better on Lizelle than they are on Karlach, which is who I had them on for Hector's playthrough, but Karlach has a lot better movement speed natively than Lizelle does, it looks like. Alright, and we get a new armor here, Blood Guzzler Garb. When an enemy damages the wearer gains Wrath for 1 turn. We could give that to Karlach, but I think her current clothing is better. Because her current clothing gives her +2 to Dex. And lots of jumpy stuff. Yeah, so
No one's stopped
won't
me yet.
put that on you. Alright, so what we actually came over here for. Everyone fucking biffing their survival check again. And a tombstone.
The rock under your feet juts upwards, forming a perfectly engraved tombstone with a small epitaph. In memory of Myrna, a shining light in this dark world, may you forever gaze upon the lake you loved to play in. You realize it was made with stone shape, a powerful spell to waste on a grave.
Aww. I can't remember if there's anything useful in the grave. I don't think there is. We're gonna just leave it. But remember that name, Myrna. We'll learn more about it later. For now, we are off to the Arcane Tower. So you remember, oh, the Spore Servant that, Glut raised is still just, like, vibing here. That's kind of funny. But yeah, so Omeluum mentioned a cleric named Lenore who lives around here and has a garden that would have some of the mushrooms that we need for his assistance. So fundamentally, that's what we're investigating here. Wait, what is
Let's
this?
see what this does.
The wall is riddled with holes. A suffocating stench of long rotten meat wafts out.
I don't know if I've ever looked at these. Inspect the holes. So we have really good survival and terrible nature. I think that's hilarious. God damn it. How are we have no, like, fucking inspiration at all, also?
The tunnels were created deliberately, but whether by tools or claws, you cannot say.
I have never looked at these. All right, we're gonna quick save in case this, like, kills me. But reach into one of the holes.
The passage narrows and bends, becoming impassable before you're even elbow deep.
Okay. What was the point of that?
The wall is riddled with holes.
Can we go through it if we become a cat? Because that works with a lot of small passageways in this game. No? Okay. I'm gonna look this up real quick, 'cause I don't actually know what that was about. Where are we? BG3 Decrepit Village Hole. Anybody figure out what's up with the deep hole? You can look. Oh no, okay, that's a different hole. Many holes. Holes in wall below Arcane Tower, Underdark. You aren't small enough to get what's inside. There's a couple ways to get smaller, and you need to do both here. Disguise self into a smaller race and cast Reduce. Interesting. Hang on. We're gonna investigate this if possible. Decrepit Village Hole, yep. I love that Jace is a druid that doesn't know shit about nature. Yeah, she's not the brightest bulb on the porch. One of these, I have a half-written fic about her deciding to get Volo's ocular surgery. And the whole rest of the squad is just like, you realize you're being a fucking idiot, right? All right, so we need to short rest first of all so I can get wild shapes back, because I think we need to, it sounds like, become a cat and then, do we have Reduce? Enlarge Reduce? I don't think we do automatically. Gale might have it. We might have a scroll for it on hand. What is... Alonzo, move. Move. Should we get another kitty sighting? Say hi, Lonzo. Say hi, buddy. Pretty boy. Oh, okay. Okay. Hold on. Enlarge Reduce is a level 2 transmutation spell. We can also do gaseous form, but I don't think we have that either. Okay, hold on. Let me look at Jace's spells that we have on hand. God damn it. Ah! Alonzo, I cannot see. Sort by type. Scroll of Flesh to Stone, Featherfall. Enlarge? Okay, do we have a scroll of Reduce? We do not. God damn it. Ugh. I'm very invested in this now. Hold on. Alonzo, you're fucking killing me here. Fuck. Hang on. It is, yes, it is feeding time. Ra's stopping everything because some hole has appeared. You know it.
Never done.
I've never seen this before, and there's only so many things in this game that I haven't seen at this point, so. Let's grab Gale real quick. I don't think he has it either, but we'll check just to be sure.
How can I help? Oh, nothing would give me greater pleasure. Back in the...
Okay. Wait. He's leveling up. Maybe we can take Reduce, Enlarge Reduce, as his level up spell. Get level 2 spell slots. Yes. Okay. Where is it? There it is. Enlarge, reduce. Let's go. Priorities. What else do we want here? Flaming sphere. And acid splash. And, oh god, I was not prepared for this question. What feat do we want for you? Warcaster, I think. Gale's personal growth is being hijacked. Yep. Priorities. Or we could put points into intelligence. I need to fuck with Gale's build later, actually. Let's give him Warcaster for now and keep things moving along. Oh, we have more to do here than I thought. He's level 3 spells. Obviously, we're gonna give him Fireball and Counterspell, I think. Oh my god. We've done more than I thought since Gale was last in the party, apparently. Do haste and... slow, I guess. I really need to have him read all these scrolls, actually. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do that while I'm thinking about it. So we have a decent amount of money right now. Just have him learn everything. Or at least everything that he's capable of learning at the moment. Cool. Gale. Come on, we're going to look at a hole. Alright, so we're gonna quick save here in case this doesn't work, but we're gonna... The idea is we're gonna go cat. And then Gale is going to cast...
Tell me, Lae'zel, what is it like on the astral plane?
Gale's gonna cast Banter.
The realm intrigues me.
Githyanki lay their eggs on other planes. They cannot mature in the astral. I will only be welcomed once I obtain a Mind Flayer's head.
Okay, is that it? Alright. Let's load Gale up with... hold on. Enlarge, reduce. There it is. And now... Oh, fuck. God damn it! Piss balls. Hold on. I'm gonna reload and we have to go drop the... or we have to get rid of the Sucer flowers because he can't cast spells while we're carrying them. Hanzo, please. I will feed you after we've checked the hole, okay? I promise. If it decides to ever load. Please. Okay, so now before we go cat, we're gonna give this to Karlach. We're gonna have Karlach ungroup and...
Tell me, Lae'zel, what is it like on the astral plane?
Thank you,
The realm intrigues me.
Githyanki lay
We're
their
gonna
eggs
have Karlach wander over this direction. Okay, so now the anti-magic field is not a problem. Okay,
I will
so...
only be welcomed once.
Alright. So Gale, we're going to have you take Enlarge, Reduce, Fireball, and Counterspell. And we're gonna have Jace turn into a cat.
Not as bad as it could have.
We're gonna quick save again, actually. So we don't have to to do all that again if I fuck this up. All right. We're gonna go cat. And then we're gonna have Gale cast reduce on the cat. Look at me! Tiniest cat! Little tiny cat. Nope, wait, sorry.
The wall is
nope.
riddled.
I didn't mean it. Stop. No. God damn it. Shit. Okay, no, we're still reduced. Cool. So now into the hole. Into the hole. Can we really not do not interact with this at all as a cat? That's annoying. Okay. So then what was it? I'm really invested in this now. We need to disguise self into a smaller race and then cast reduce. Does anyone have disguise self? I don't know if anyone has disguise self. Because apparently we can't interact with the hole as a cat, so that's fucked up, but. Scroll of hold person, scroll of blur. I do! You're so smart! Zen just coming in out of complete silence, coming in, solving the problem. Let's heckin' go. We do have the shapeshifter mask from buying the deluxe edition.
Open up.
Hi, Zen. How you doing? How's your Friday? Mask of the shapeshifter. Tiny Jace! Tiny Jace who's gonna disguise herself as a... Wait, where is it? Did I sell it? No way. No fucking way. No way I sold it. Okay. That means Aaron back at the Grove probably has it, right? Because that's who I would have sold it to. Why did I sell it? What even? Hang on. Double checking I didn't put it on somebody for some reason. Your game and I can give you mine. Well, hold on. Okay, Karlak is still out of... Okay, Karlak's still just standing here vibing with the Sucer plants, which I think means that we can safely send Jace back up to the Emerald Grove. This is so stupid. This is such a fucking side jaunt, but I don't even care. Game will gen a second traveler's chest. All right, well, hold on. I wanted to see if I'm right that
can carry me.
What's his face has it.
Tell me, Gale, what is your interest in the astral plane?
Time. Or rather, the absence of it. In the astral plane, everything is eternal.
It will be my home soon enough, should Vlaakith will it.
I believe in you, Lae'zel. Oh, hi, Kaga. Feeling appropriately chastised, I hope. Aaron, buddy, I sold you a thing and I need it back.
So it's true. You scattered the goblins.
Yep.
Peace can finally return to this corner of the Sword Coast.
Just glad I could help.
As am I.
Yeah.
Of course.
I need. Really? Who the fuck did I give it to if it wasn't you? Oh, there it is. Okay, this buyback tab is fucking useless, but he does have it. All right. Cool.
May you keep...
This is great. It's all going according to plan. Where even were we? We had come down.
Away with words, Gale. Perhaps oration suits you more than battle.
They're not mutually exclusive. Weave is served best with a dash of eloquence.
Okay. I went to the wrong waypoint. Okay, so shame we can't clip this comedy of errors, right? I could highlight it. Oh, this guy stopped being friendly anymore. Okay. Hi, Karlak. I hope you've been enjoying vibing. There's gonna be nothing behind this hole, right? This is gonna be completely pointless. It's gonna turn out. after all of this effort. All right, so we're gonna put the Mask of the Shapeshifter on. Gives us shapeshift. And we're gonna shapeshift into a... Oh, that's cool. Femme and mask options. Mask, strong, human. Okay, we want to be small. We want to be a... Dragonborn, drow, elf, Githyanki, half-elf, half-orc. Why no gnome? Oh, wait. Dwarf and gnome. There we go. Okay, there we go. Gnome. Alright, we'll gnome it up. Let's go. Nice. Okay. And then now Gale cast reduce. I'm so tiny. Look at me go. No, not you. Not you.
What to do?
You. Into the hole.
The wall is riddled with holes.
Yes, I'm aware. Thank you.
A stench of long rotten meat wafts out.
I'm aware.
The passage narrows and bends. Your shoulder
Oh, fuck.
deep when your fingers brush against a fleshy tentacle.
Hello?
You flinch, but the tentacle is limp and cold. You push it aside and retrieve something loose.
Gross. Gross. What is it? Oh, sweet. I finally got an inspiration. We'll get two, actually. One for Karlach and one for... We got a topaz and 2 inspirations. You know what? The 2 inspirations were actually worth it. Even though we went through a tremendous amount of effort for that. All right, let's end shapeshift. Let's put our regular hat back on. Send that back to camp. I was sort of expecting that too, but all right. Regroup Karlach. Okay. Oh, I'm still small, I think. For another 1 turn. Yeah, there we go. Woo! All right, onward. That was worth it. That was worth the adventure, I think. Okay. This is where the thingy is, right, Ryder? Bual. Somewhere around here. Oop, I just blew a mushroom up in my face. Don't worry about it. Off to the left. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. This is another thing that I have...
There's tunnels everywhere. Who would dig these? And why here?
Great question. This is another interaction that I have never had in this game. Should probably deal with the Sucer blooms before going down there. Okay. We'll go to the tower first then.
Just when I was getting used to the sky again.
Oh.
Fear not, Karlach. Sun, moon, and stars will still be there, waiting for us.
Meanwhile, this place is pretty spectacular.
Oh, don't
isn't
climb
it?
that? Okay.
No book or painting could ever do its strange beauty justice. But perhaps our stories might, when we return to the surface.
I just realized we don't need Gale anymore. Leads back the way we came. Got it. Okay, let's grab Starian.
Already feeling better.
Hi, Alonzo. Oh, I said I'd feed you when we were done with the hole, didn't I?
Darling, I was just thinking about you.
Where are you?
Remembering our time together.
Oh,
the things
God.
you've shared.
It's
And I
happening.
don't just mean that
It's
lovely
happening.
things. I'm growing to like the whole
Astarion wants to
package.
fuck me, you
Honestly.
guys.
And you clearly like me too. So...
Honestly, was not expecting this. But Astarion wants to fuck me. It's more complicated than that, actually. His thoughts are more nuanced on the subject, but we probably won't find out about that in this playthrough. Astarion, we appreciate it, but we have a girlfriend. She doesn't quite know that she's our girlfriend yet, but it's true anyway. So...
Come now. Don't be coy.
Astarion, stop.
Your body's already given you away.
I get what you're doing.
I could feel it.
No.
As I was getting lost in your neck. Your little shakes of excitement.
The scene is so much more cringy if you're not intending to romance him, actually.
Didn't you?
So, fundamentally, since we're not going to get a ton of context into Astarion's romance here, Astarion later tells you... Yeah, exactly, Zen. Astarion later tells you basically that at this point in his romance, he was not interested in you. He is trying to seduce you so that you will protect him. And, like, be of use to him out in this weird experience that you're all undergoing. So this is him being, yeah, completely manipulative at this point. And yeah, Jace is just like, no, actually. Yeah. No, it hurt like the hells.
Then let me
no,
make it up
Astarion,
to you.
Stop.
You gave me a wonderful gift.
It's not gonna happen.
I return the favor.
It's not gonna happen.
We can take an evening to
no.
ourselves. Get away from camp. Get some privacy.
This is...
I know somewhere quiet.
No, it's not happening.
Somewhere
Astarion,
intimate.
Buddy, my dude.
Somewhere we can indulge in each other.
I didn't realize that sarcastic "so" was gonna give him this much encouragement. Absolutely not. Also, Lae'zel will decapitate you. I'm just saying. It would be bad for everyone. Absolutely not.
You're no fun at all. Deny your feelings all you like.
Oh, shut up, Astarion.
It doesn't matter to me. I've already tasted you, and that's all the carnal delight I need.
Astarion, stop being a creeper. You're better than this, actually. You just don't know it yet. He shakes it off. Anyway, now that we've had that incredibly awkward conversation...
Hello, my dear.
Do you want to join the party again?
Obviously I would. But you have so many followers already. I wouldn't want to crowd you.
Mm-hmm. Gale could do with the rest.
Excellent. Now that that's settled...
Alright. Back on the road. But yeah, no, I actually find Astarion's romance incredibly interesting. Sorry, I rambled about this recently to some people, so it's kind of in my head. But I find Astarion fascinating because he's just a turd. And he doesn't know how not to be a turd. And all of his, like, the early part of his romance is about him being like, basically that you're gonna use him, so he needs to use you first, basically. And that he's been through, like, terrible shit and has had all of the compassion and empathy beaten out of him. And he still ends up growing over the time that you're together and, like, evolving into something more nuanced. I don't know. He's a very interesting character who I think is done something of a disservice sometimes by the fandom, who kind of want to downplay how much of a manipulative dick he is. I think his character is much more interesting if you allow him to be a manipulative dick in full. Anyway, welcome to the... He only knows how to have, like, 2 conversations. What do you mean you don't want to fuck? Yeah. Okay. So, welcome to the Arcane Tower. I spent a long time here on my first playthrough getting my ass absolutely beat to shit by the security system.
Scorched ground. Better watch out.
However,
I could go for a good
I just remembered we have Karlak carrying the Susur things. So there are these arcane turrets, and we need to drop a Susur flower next to each one.
Up to.
Or it will shoot the shit out of us. So, get cover here. From the Bad Batch fandom, commiseration for the fandom won't let this jackass be a jackass so he can develop. Yeah. No, it's a subject I've seen a lot of discussion on, actually, is that some people in the fandom at least tend to take a lot of like Will's very romantic like qualities and put them onto Astarion instead, which is such a shame because again, Will is great and Astarion is so much more interesting if he's just allowed to be an asshole.
Careful, I might.
Anyway, let's get everyone in cover here. Astarion cannot quite get into cover even though he dashed. It's okay, because he can cunning action dash.
Looking ahead.
And dash for you.
At the ready.
Enough waiting. I crave blood.
Okay, Lae'zel.
One true way.
Alright, everyone's in cover. Those things hurt like fuck if they manage to hit you.
Wanna dance?
Do not recommend. Alright, let's jog you out here.
Marching.
Have you drop one of these. No, not all of them. God damn it. Oh. Yeah, we need to split these into individual stacks. Okay, now we drop. Okay, so having the flower next to it disables the cannon. Here. What the fuck? Huh. They shot the hell out of Kiara as she ran past to get a Susur bloom from the garden at the bottom of the tower because I did not realize you could get them from anywhere else. Yeah, I had to look up how to deal with this whole situation. Whoosh. All right. Excellent.
Keep playing close.
Honestly, kind of a pain. Actually, we can leave turn-based mode. There are more turrets inside, but we don't need to deal with them yet. We can look around out here first. Specifically, there's some lore content over here. Lenore lore. And a chest. Astarion.
Don't touch me.
This is going to be exciting, actually, because I've heard that some mods are currently crashing the game if you try to lockpick. Hopefully that won't happen. Oh, hit the wrong button. Beautiful. Okay. Ooh.
Still breathing.
Shiny hammer. Skybreaker. And
Never wanted these.
ingots and letter to ear. Yer. Y-R-R-E. I don't know how you pronounce that. Dearest Ear, don't know if you're coming back, if you'll even read this message. But if you do come back, could you wait for me? I'll only be gone a few 10 days, but the thought of coming back to this empty tower with nothing but Bernard to fill these halls, I don't know how much longer I can take this. I miss you so much. I can't shake the thought of how different things might have been if only I'd been less stubborn. Working on your lightning inventions, my magic, eating together, laughing at your stupid puns, waking up next to you. Despite everything, I still love you. So please, if you read this, can you wait? I'll be back. I won't be long. Forever yours, Lenore. A few sentences are penned below in a different hand. I waited until Tarsak. I'll always wait for you, but you didn't come. My feelings. We've actually heard about Yer in some item descriptions. Yer the Sparkstruck, who is responsible for all these lightning charge equipments that we carry around. So he and Lenore were together, and Lenore disappeared. Yer came back, but she never returned, so sad times. All right, now we can go inside. I like Gale's banter here if you have him in the party. He's like, a wizard's home should be their castle, and like, but since this one's clearly not at home, we might as well go in and poke our noses around. All right, we're gonna go, let's see, have Astarion open this up.
Oh, for a skeleton key.
Motherfucker, why do I keep doing that? It's because I keep expecting us to have guidance, but we don't because of the magic field. That's what it is. Okay. That up. Oop. Hide. 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 Everyone, please move out of line of sight. Thank you. All right. Ungroup Karlach. Go into turn-based mode. Still have the measly plus 14, I know, right? Alright, I'm on Karlach. Can we throw the thing from here? Apparently not. Oh, no, of course we can't, because I used the bonus action. Never mind. Hi.
Left on my mind. And, well, in it.
This situation is kind of a pain to set up, but once it's set up, we can take a good look around. And there's lots of interesting stuff to find around here.
Got it. Let's get going. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
All right, victory. So now the whole tower is safe for us to wander around in.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
All right, so welcome to the Arcane Tower of Lenore, the cleric of Mistra. And we have lots to look at in here. It's different from what you did in the tower? What did you do? All right, Dusty Book. What's this about? The beginning of this book proudly declares it to be a play by Dame Inia, followed by an extensive introduction and 23 pages of notes on the text. Though the book itself seems barely touched, one stanza is encircled twice. There is a light in every living thing. It's crawling towards the surface to survive. Also, move your ass. And in its wake, it tramples everything, will kill the rest so that the one can thrive.
Seems like the owner was quite the literary type.
So for reasons that will soon become apparent, we need to make sure that we're looking at all the books in here, in and around this place.
Its energy has me all but tingle.
So this chest is fun, actually. It's full of random dishes and such, but the things that we just picked up turned into these. Mistress Grace, gold ingot, hearthlight bomb. So originally, my understanding is that you could pick this chest up and take it with you. And you could use it basically as a bag of holding to a certain extent. That anything put into it, it's called the chest of the mundane, anything put into it would turn into like a dish or a cup or a glass, and would consequently be much lighter, so you could carry like a ton of shit, and then it would turn back into its normal self when you took it out. But they removed it in like the first patch, I think, and so now it's just here, and you can't take it with you, which is sad. Okay, so there's that. Ran past the front of the tower, used fly to fly down to the suster tree in the garden below, took one bloom from it, put that bloom onto the machinery. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, you can also just get to the elevator, and once you light the elevator up, then all of the turrets turn off, so. Options.
Better not be cursed.
Alright, nothing out here. Hi, Alonzo. At this point, I'll just feed you when stream's over. My goal is to finish the Arcane Tower and go back to talk to Ameloum again tonight. Before we end, but we'll see how far we get. Eat! Alright, second floor. More things to look at. Supply packs. Another book. Threadbare book. This threadbare book looks like it once contained a play, but most of it has been lost to time, vermin, and an unfortunate ink spill. Only 2 full sentences are distinguishable. How can I trust? How will I ever know? How can I show myself my darkest me? And hey! Mushrooms! Specifically, Timask spores, which were one of the things that Ameloum wanted us to pick up. There. And Tongues of Madness, which were the other thing that Ameloum wanted us to pick up. There's a chair on the floor with Bernard that sets your strength to 19. What, just while you're sitting in it, or? That's hilarious. Alright, we're gonna keep working our way down, if I can remember how to do so. Over here. If you throw and break the chair, you get one of the legs and can wield it as a club. Oh, nice. That's fun. Alright, Astarion, you have... Astarion, since you can lockpick, actually, I'm gonna have you take the lead on this. You have lockpick and Misty Step. Whoosh.
Let's be quick.
Isn't Jelva's, like, strength already nutty anyway?
That's curious.
So we have another Suser Bloom we can pick up here. And door to the basement. I'm gonna force your character to wield it in our honor mode run. Nice. All right, unlock this. Oh, gotcha, fair enough. Alright, so coming in here, we get lots of crafting materials if we want them. So I'll be honest, this particular puzzle always baffles me a smidgen. Like, I understand how to do it, but it baffles me how I would have figured it out without looking at a guide, which I did have to do on my first playthrough. Anti-magic properties of Susur tree flowers by L.D. Hurst. For those knowing about Susur trees, their magical properties have always been a topic of debate. Not only their ability to create an anti-magic aura, which is complete enough that even those unattuned to the weave can feel its effect, but also, and most interestingly to those living in the world above, the ways its roots, bark, and flowers can be harnessed to make magic items. Rumors of such items are rare, but spread in settlements bordering the Underdark. Their existence, however, has never been confirmed by any of our clerics, nor by any other reputable scholars. I hypothesize that these items are no mere legends, and indeed in this treatise I will endeavor to explain how I myself created items that have anti-magic properties and that use the magical absorption of Susur tree flowers as a power source. Lines have been drawn on the following pages as if the author intended to fill them with writing, but the remainder of the thin book is blank. So, and I guess that's like supposed to be the clue that you're supposed to use this flower to power the elevator, but I would never have come up with that without a guide, honestly, because like we spend all this time being like, these inhibit magic, and we're supposed to put it into power this magical, elevator. That is such an unflattering angle for you, Astarion. I'm so sorry. Right? Yeah, I don't know. It always bothered me. Like, I get what they were going for as far as the, like, finding the clue that makes it make sense, but it's just a little too unintuitive for me, if you ask me. Anyway, so that lights up all the power in the building, turns off the security systems, as Ryder said. And now we can go back up. Upstairs, meet back up with our friends. Alonzo, please. Take this to the next level up. Ascend. Whoosh. And I think everyone should be able to regroup with me now.
Still alive.
Have
so
Jace take over again.
Moving in.
Cameras struggles a bit in this area sometimes. Get everyone on the platform, please. Liza, where are you going? Alright, so this is where we came in, but we can now go up as well as down. Check out this floor. Lots of things to loot. I need to honestly focus on looting like non-important chests more, at least until we can get Astarion a proper funny hat. Because it's really bothering me that he doesn't have one. It's ruining the whole vibe of the party. Alright, got some Githyanki stuff here though. The Careful Art of Tirsu Ciphers. An engraved disc of Githyanki origin containing a complex cipher that can decrypt ancient Gith dialects. A useful discovery if one should encounter such archaic writings. Take that. And, conveniently, right over here, we have an engraved Githyanki disc. What could that be about?
The disc appears in your mind's eye. Lae'zel sees it too, and considers the vision.
Tirsu markings. Ancient. I recognize them, but I can't make sense. No. Wait. The texts are enciphered, but I've solved the pattern. It's a story. About Orpheus.
Your head buzzes in concert with Lae'zel's, but it hardly matters. Even without the connection, you'd recognize her discomfort.
Who's Orpheus?
A traitor. A dead one. This text is heresy. I can hardly bear to read it, let alone speak it.
Okay, like, I want her to read it, but also this is so rude. You'll bear it just fine. Tell me what it says. Remember, Lae'zel, your god cast you out on your ass. You don't owe her shit. You'll bear it just fine. Tell me what it says.
Very well. I will read it to you. The Prince of the Comet, Part 1.
Look at them kind of being smiley at each other. That was cute.
So it was that we were free from Geich shackles and turned our blades on each other. The heavens were shattered, and one great empire was divided in two. Gith traveled to the Hells to broker help for her people, her cause. Vlaakith would have you believe Mother Gith proclaimed her our queen. Lies. Gith made no such proclamation. Vlaakith seized the Empire against the Mother's wishes. But Gith had nurtured a son, Orpheus, Prince of the Comet, the true heir. He knew Vlaakith's treachery. Orpheus rallied Gith's honor guard and declared the throne for himself. The War of the Comet had begun.
Okay, so...
Disregard this drivel. Gith declared Vlaakith queen of the Empire, and her own son defied her. Orpheus would have ceded control to the Geich.
Okay, so a couple things I want to comment on here. First of all, Jace was making little smiley faces at Lae'zel while she was talking. Did y'all see that? That was so cute. That was so cute, and I'm choosing to believe it's, you know, adorable romance shit. Second of all, there's a couple different lines in this game where it really comes across that Lae'zel is actually incredibly fucking smart. Like, she doesn't have a really strong int score on paper, but she has a couple lines where she is, like, on top of shit. Like, she was able to look at this ancient thing in her mind, not even, like, looking at it directly, and translate the whole thing on the fly. Like, she is not... she is no dummy. And it's... I feel like it's easy to miss that in the midst of everything else that she has going on. But it's one of the reasons that I really enjoy her as a character. Third of all, one of the things that I love about this game and the way that it's constructed is that there are so many moments like this where this feels like world building color. This feels like information about the Githyanki, and it will turn out that this stuff about Orpheus is, like, critically important later on. And it's... You know what, Joseph? Don't sass me. I'm kidding. Sass me all you want. But yes, I do love this game, and that is one reason why. So, fundamentally, we learned about Orpheus, Prince of the Comet, son of Mother Gith, the ancient leader of the Githyanki people. According to the stories Lae'zel has been told, Vlaakith was declared the new queen to succeed Gith, and Orpheus rebelled against it. I mean, you have Ari right there with an answer. No, I love you, Joe. But yeah, so according to the propaganda, or the religious teaching that Lae'zel was taught, Gith gave Vlaakith power over the Githyanki people to succeed her, and Orpheus defied her. According to this Githyanki slate, Vlaakith lied. And we already have reason to believe that Vlaakith lied. And if it's true, it sounds like Vlaakith betrayed Gith and seized the throne.
You speak like Kithrak Voss. You accuse Vlaakith of the unthinkable. As unthinkable as the greatest living knight turning on his queen. Well, enough conjecture. I did what you asked, so let's be done with it.
Lae'zel, let us give you a hug. You need it. Lae'zel knows perfectly well what's going on at this point, and she just does not want to acknowledge it. I don't think it was out of order, but I will say I think it was not quite read the way that it was intended. We have already been visited by Voss. So she knows already that Voss is a traitor. Yeah, Voss at camp. We had that already. That was last week. So yeah, Lae'zel knows perfectly well what's going on at this point. She just does not want to admit it to herself yet. Anyway, more books, many books. Torn out paper. Thought you still haven't done the crush yet, but as I typed this, I was literally here for the Owlbear shenanigans. Yeah, that was all last week and the last time I streamed it before that. The writing on this torn out strip of paper is shaky and blotted with tears, making it barely legible. The silence stretches on. I'm all alone. Please, can I hold your hands for just a while? Memory is fake. I agree. To the gray. That. Time is also fake. Agreed. I don't think this one is important. From Baraquir we made our stand, meant to rule but led astray by wicked tentacle and wicked hand. This world belongs to the gray. Orendal stole all we had, yet taught the weapons by which to slay. Forge your minds to ironclad, this world belongs to the gray. The exile freed us with his command to conquer what was taken away. Crush every monument into finest sand, this world belongs to the gray. Trade your heart for steel intent, for with whip and mind we flay. Let them all hear of our descent, the world is nothing but gray. Not entirely sure what this is in reference to, actually. I'm sure this is some sort of historical reference to something in the Forgotten Realms that I'm not familiar with. The Roads to Darkness. This is another thing we need to read for purposes later. The Roads to Darkness, an epic tragedy about power, corruption, and loneliness. Prologue, a lonely road. New sounds through damp and dark oppression break. Is it the foe that foul, contemptuous heel? Or art thou, friend, a rescue from my lonely wake? Come out of love for me, not love for blood and steel. And then other stuff happens. It's not as important, but that quote will be relevant shortly. Handwritten letter. Dearest Lenore, I'm not sure I should say this, but your last letter really worried me. Why in all hells would you tame a bullet? Just because you found it near Myrna's grave doesn't mean that it's a sign. I'm really worried about you, Lenore. A bullet is not a pet. Using it as a guardian is one thing, but you sound quite taken by it. I know you don't want to come back before you finish your research, but if you're feeling lonely, you know my door is always open. Lots of love and hugs, Amarith. P.S. It really warms my heart to hear that you put autumn crocus flowers on Myrna's grave. I remember she liked to roll around in them, even though she'd always sneeze after. She was such a soft, loyal dog. I wish there was more I could do. Oh, it's the fall of the Duergar. Gotcha. So yeah, so that letter tells us that that grave that we saw earlier, which we can, I believe, see out over here, was a dog, for a dog that belonged to Lenore, and that she used to put autumn crocus on the grave, which I've actually never tried to do because I've never happened to remember to have autumn crocus in my inventory at the time that I was there. So I don't actually know if it does anything if we do that. Okay. And there's a button. Oh, I'm encumbered. Shit, we gotta sort our inventory again.
Strange place for a button, especially one that doesn't work. Strange place for a button, especially one that doesn't work.
I can't actually remember what it is that you have to do to make that work. I'm sure someone in the chat will tell me, however. Arcana Religion, we'll give this to... Not really helpful for anyone but Jace, since Jace is the face of the party, so we'll give that to Starion, I guess. Never known what to do about the button. I know there's something you can do to activate it, but I cannot remember offhand what it is. I will look it up shortly. Although, Zen might be about to chime in here. The button on the window of the arcane tower, the one that produces infinite meat once you get it active. Need to wear the dog collar. Right. That's right. I have to remember where the dog collar is. Well, semi-infinite meat. I think there is a limit to how much you can get out of it. Oh, it's in the dog's grave. Oh, okay. Okay. We'll go back and deal with that later then. Do you know offhand, Zen, does anything happen if you put Autumn Crocus on the grave? I feel like I should know this, but I don't. Okay. Think the dog spirit says hi. Okay, well that's clearly critically important, so we'll have to do that before we leave here as well. All right, I think that's everything here. Okay. Could be wrong, I could be smoking crack. Well, you know, it's worth checking. It's worth checking. For now, let's go up and talk to Bernard.
New sounds to dampen dark oppression break. Is it the foe? That foul, contemptuous heel?
You know these words. They are from the opening stanza of a play you found in this very tower.
So yeah, the several of the different books that we read in this tower provide us passphrases to get different things from this robot. Or art thou friend, a rescue from my lonely wake?
Come out of love for me, not love for blood and steel. Come on as you see fit, my lord.
Yay! All right, so we have a couple different lines here that we got from different books. And one of them causes combat. I can't remember which one. I think it's this one. What is this place?
An unbeknownst command that I cannot fulfill.
I'm smoking crack, it's just RP reasons, nothing happens. Ah, well, that's a bummer. I would have totally gone and done it and sidetracked us completely. Who are you? Alright, well, fine. Quick save here. 3 results in a hug. Yes, I was gonna say, we definitely need to do 3, because it's super cute. The silence stretches on. I'm all alone. Please, can I hold your hands for just a while?
Of course, my love. Don't be afraid, sweet girl. What can I do? Say, would you like a hug?
Yes, please.
Come here. For just a moment. Let it out.
His arms are too tight and too low for a comfortable hug, as if he's meant to be embracing someone slightly shorter.
Remember, you are loved Lenore so much. You're doing great. And everyone will be so proud of you. As I already am.
So the implication, of course, being that this was something built by Ear the Sparkstruck, left behind to provide Lenore with support.
Come on as you see fit, my lord.
I think number 1 gets us an item and number 2 gets us combat. Shot of Jace from behind, looks like she's being held hostage. How can I trust? How will I ever know? How can I show myself my darkest me?
If you do not the deepest secret show, reveal the truth. Give what you wish to see.
Yeah, an automaton named Bernard rewarded us with a precious ring. Provides us the light cantrip if we wanted it. All right, where's this chair of Hill Giant strength? Where it be? Hold on. I see a stool. Here? I'm also smoking crack. I see another stool. Okay, not that. Oh, good. I'm stuck. There we go. I'm going crazy. Where is this? Up here? No. It's explicitly called Chair Stool of Hill Giant Strength. Yeah, that's what I figured, but... Am I missing something really obvious here? I mean, I must be. Granite bench. If anyone sees this, please shout out. Not there, maybe further up. Other side. I'll go look this up in a sec, but it's not that. It's books. I'm not seeing anything interactable here. Let me just look it up. Chair of Hill Giant Strength. Stool of Hill Giant Strength, sorry. Stool of Hill Giant Strength is an interactable item on the top floor of the arcane tower in the far corner under the thatched roof. Okay, I was in the far corner. Character who sits on the stool will comment. I'm in the far corner under the thatched roof. What the fuck are you smoking? Alonzo, please, I gotta get juiced up. Highlight all objects with Alt. Oh, I rebound that because Alt is definitely my party view button. So hold on. Interface. Keybinds. There we go. Show. Where is it? Interact, highlight characters, show item labels. Alt right mouse button? No, that's ping. Okay. I am fucking struggling here all of a sudden. What is going on? Party view. Character sheet. Lonzo, move. Be show item labels. Okay, yeah, no, I've been doing that. Nothing's lighting up. I'm hitting, like, I'm holding tab right now. This is fucking stupid. Hold on. Alonzo, I can't see, buddy. Ow! Fuck. Interactable item on the top floor of the arcane tower in the far corner under the thatched roof. It's gotta be this, right? Maybe it's the stool that's laying on the ground. There's a stool that's sideways. There's this stool, which I sat on. What? Next to my character. Oh, let's go. Dude, brilliant. Nice, good eye.
What's this feeling that's gone?
Yep.
I felt so strong.
Throw.
Where did that come from?
Yeet! Oh. There we go.
Chair leg could make for a fine weapon.
I guess it could. That's true. Alright, so now we have the Club of Hill Giant Strength. Though this rotting chair leg doesn't look like much, every splinter vibrates with barely contained power.
I'd love to, thanks.
Karlak, do you want this? No, you sure don't. Alright, well. We'll just hold on to that, I guess. Alright, we could fight these guys. I don't know how much we care about it.
For me?
No, not you, actually. Hold on. If you plan on keeping Astarion, he can use it and give him the Titan string bow. Okay. Where's the Titan string bow? Paper is torn and patched in many places, as if it was well used but treasured. On it is a small poem without a name. Zen hideout, okay. These empty sheets are all that's left of you, the last of all the thoughtless gifts you gave. I will hold on to them, it's all that I can do. I can't throw them away, I've never been that brave. So yeah, we can fight these guys. But I think the most important thing... Right. Okay. I do want to go back over here real quick. Because I want to experiment with the infinite meat button. And then we're going to wrap up for the evening. Oh, right, well, yeah, definitely make sure not to let me forget.
May you forever gaze upon the lake you love to play
Let's commit some grave robbing.
As you dig, you slowly
that does sound good,
the skeletal remains of a large dog wearing a chunky leather collar.
Hi, pupper. You can get Bual's blessing without killing a party member. Good to know.
Must have belonged to Lenore's dog.
Alright. I feel like surely someone has a comment about wearing this. No? Nothing? Nobody wants to comment about wearing the dog collar? Alright, well, that's fine. Let's go back to the Arcane Tower. How is there not a waypoint in the Arcane Tower? That's actually super annoying. Did not get Bual's blessing. I saved his followers and they decided to worship me. Nice. Alright, all the way back to the tower, wearing the dog collar, so we can press the button. I feel like Lae'zel has got to have some sort of thoughts about Jace wearing a dog collar, but we're not going to go into that. All the way back to the tower. Ah, what? Jesus. God damn it. Stop walking into shit. Hold on. This way. Bual's blessing is great if you pair it with a tiger heart barbarian or a dirge that embraces the urge. We are none of those things. Tragically. Okay. Upstairs one more time. Check out the button, and then we'll pause for the evening. So as I said in Discord, next couple weeks, next Friday we will do Dino Punk, which was a request from Logan, Dragon Commander. The week after that, we'll be doing a week of 2 Point Hospital, which was a request from Bree. And then we'll do another 2 weeks of this, and then we're gonna do Hi-Fi Rush. So that's the plan for the next like month and a half for Friday streams. Obviously, subject to change, but that's the plan at the moment. All right, let's go hit this button. Fun fact, there actually is a benefit to siding with Sovereign Glut. By killing Spaw, you get a special item that makes all of those exploding mushrooms non-hostile. Oh, that's cool. Of course, this results in you being a meanie. Yeah, we don't like to do that. Obviously.
Clever. Food is dispensed for anyone wearing this collar.
Raw steak. And a bowl. Which gives us 10 camp supplies. Oh.
Only one serving for me.
Why did I think it gave you more than one? We are gonna be a meanie a lot in honor mode.
Indolence breeds madness.
Can we get more meat if each of us wears the collar?
I crave blood. It stopped. Perhaps the supply's been exhausted.
Alright, well, we got one piece of meat out of it, at least. I have been wearing this fucking Speak with Dead amulet this whole run and never once remembered to use it. I keep telling myself I'm gonna remember, and I keep never fucking remembering. Anyway, alright, so we're gonna leave it there. So next time we play this, we will check out Bual, and then we will head across the lake to start looking into fighting those Dwergar for Spa and saving the Deep Gnomes and continuing our hunt for the route to Moonrise Towers. And I will also be back on Monday with more Elden Ring. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you are enjoying this as much as I am enjoying streaming it for you. Let me quickly see if anyone from Campfire is live. Got lots of people. Let's go give Grim Creeper a raid. I feel like we haven't raided him in a while. Please give him some hype. Another awesome member of the Campfire stream team. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I love you all so very, very much. And I will see you next time.